Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to take a look at the Thomas Saf-T-Liner C2 diecast model. So before we look at the model, we're going to go ahead and look at the box that it comes in. So the box that it comes in has this nice picture on the front of the C2. Got a Florida spec bus there. And then it says Thomas Built Buses, Saf-T-Liner C2 School Bus, Authentic 1/54 scale diecast model. We got the logo, and then on both openings of the box, because it's open on two sides, you've got the Thomas Built Buses logo again. Now the bottom is just blank. I've written the bus's number on there, and you've got something there. Now on the other side, you have just some facts about Thomas, and then over here you have the facts about the C2 itself. So that's pretty cool, and it's like that on the HDX's box too. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and look at the model, and I do have a few other bus models to compare it with, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so here's the model itself. You can see that it is very similar to the bus that was on the front of the box. The only difference up front is you don't have black around the warning lights, as the bus on the front of the box does. You also don't have mirrors and stuff like that. And the bus on the box has a second stop sign, which this one does not. So I've got the number 33 on the hood. You've got the turn signal there, headlights, grill, and then the vent right there. So there are actually two different versions well, there's really three. With the way the body of this looks, if you look at the back, you can see the body is kind of shaped as it would in real life. The older ones were more boxy here, so they didn't go to this curve. The windows were more squarish. I don't have one of the older versions to show you. There's a version of this that actually has a black grille instead of the gray or chrome or whatever you want to call it. And then you have the stop sign here that comes out, and obviously it says stop on both sides. You've got the black windows. You've got, you know, it's a C2. I don't know what else to say. Now I do have one where I put battery here, since the battery box itself is not really outlined. But you know, that's where it would be. And you know, you've got plenty of room to put whatever you want to put on the side of it. Yellow wheels. Now on the back you have the Thomas Built Buses logo. You've got the rear door, which says stop, and the number 33. And again, you don't have any black up here, so it just goes to the white roof. And you got the fuel tank back here, which would probably mean it's like a 100-gallon tank. And I put the year dash number there, kind of on the roof cap, or the top of the roof here. And then you've got the number 33 again. So on the bottom of the bus, it says Saf-T-Liner C2, and then the website and Thomas's phone number, and authentic scale model, and then the lovely Made in China sticker. Yeah, so that's the C2. We're going to go ahead and compare it with a few models. Now, the first two models we're going to compare it to are FS65s. You've got the Real Toy FS65, which I've always liked this model because it has the opening hood, as you can see here. But the C2 is what took the FS65's place in Thomas's lineup. So it's nice to have a model of both buses that are pretty similar in scale. You know, so size-wise, they're pretty much the same. The FS65's roof sits up just a little bit taller than the C2 does. You can see here, put them on the roof. It's like the Thomas Built Buses stress test when they put the one bus on top of the other. But yeah, so the FS65 actually has an interior and opening doors and stuff, whereas the C2 does not. There's the rear ends. FS65 has an opening rear door, so you can see there. And then on the sides are the same. Got the stop signs and stuff like that. And again, the FS65 has an interior that, you know, you can see, and the C2 is solid, you know, nothing inside. So that is the Siku FS65. Now, the next one is made by Real Toy. Real Toy's FS65 is considerably larger than the C2, as you can see here. So let's see. So there they are together. You can see, I guess it's really not too much larger. It's just wider, I'd say. But the Real Toy FS65 actually comes with a gray grill. I painted mine black. So you can see that again, the FS65 has an opening door and an inside that you can see. Now the back is pretty much the same as the Siku. It just doesn't open. Now the Real Toy does not actually come with a second stop arm. I put that on there, but you can see here the height difference kind of with the roofs. The Real Toy sits up higher than the C2, and here they are, the sides together. But personally, when my models have height difference like that, I usually put this with the HDX, or next to the HDX, like if I have them parked together, just so that way the scale is, you know, kind of similar, because the HDX and the C2 are not in the same scale. The HDX is a little bit bigger, so yeah, which we'll see that here in a second. So let's go ahead and look at the next model. Now, the next three buses were all requested by you guys in the poll that I did for this. So, we have the older ER here. You can see to begin with, it sits up higher than the C2. It's also longer than the C2. Let's see, I'm trying to do this. You can definitely tell when you put them back to back, the size difference. But yeah, so I'm going to put the C2 on the ER for you to see. But yeah, you know, the C2 is considerably smaller than any of the Transit models here. So I've also got the ER to show you it with. I've also got the older or the newer ER, HD, whatever you want to call it, which is pretty much the same as the HDX. So I'll show you guys both. But you know, like it's just like the ER, pretty much in size. But you can see the C2 is considerably shorter, and yeah. So let's go ahead and look at the rear end real quick. Again, you can see that the C2 is smaller. So I'll show you the HDX real quick. Now the HDX is what's being sold with the C2 currently, so you could get this and this off of Thomas's website, which I will put that in the description so you guys can go if you want to get yourself one or two. But yeah, so here they are with the side by side. And again, you can see that the C2 is smaller. So, and personally that kind of bothers me because I'm kind of OCD about my models. Like, when I had these laid out, I would park them according to their scale, which they're all in the 150s, but for myself, you know, I'd put the HDXs with the Real Toy FS65s with the generic Bluebirds because they all have about the same height. And then I would put the CEs, the Siku FS65s, and the Thomases next to the Bluebird, the generic Bluebird 3800, because they kind of look nice next to each other, and they seamlessly transitioned from the little bit larger to the somewhat smaller in the 1/53rd scales, but that's just me. So next we're going to go ahead and look at the C2 with the CE. I'm primarily showing you this one because the CE is 32 and the C2 is 33, but personally I think the C2 and the CE look very good together. Size-wise, they're not too different, and you know, I don't know, I think they look nice together. So there's the rear end. You can see 32, 33. The C2 sits up a little bit higher. The CE is lower to the ground. And here they are. But I think overall the CE is longer than the C2. So let's get the other side.
Alright, so the final comparison is between me and the C2 model. Now, a couple things to note here. First off, I am not a C2 school bus model, so there's a difference. One thing that we do have in common is that we are both called Saf-T-Liner C2. Another key difference, I do not have a stop sign attached to the side of me, so there's that. But one final thing that we do have in common is that a lot of people don't like us.
But yeah, so that is the Saf-T-Liner C2 diecast model, and I compared it with a few different models that you guys suggested, and the CEs, just so you guys can see. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and tell me what you think. Do you yourself have a C2 model? I think I have two myself. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.